Tension builds early as Aswath and Tin explore the depths of the Slav defense modern line in Sharjah Masters 2025 group around 1. On d4. On d5. On c4. Threatening pawn takes d5. On c6 played by Tin transposed into Slav defense modern line. Knight f3. Knight f6. On g3. Bishop g4. Knight e5. Bishop f5. On takes d5. On takes d5. Knight c3. Aswath wants to play. On e4. Bishop takes e4. Knight takes e4. Knight takes e4. Bishop b5 check. Knight c6. Knight takes c6 and gain a significant edge. Knight c6 played by Tin. On f3. On g6. Bishop g2. Bishop g7. King castled kingside. King castled kingside. On e3. Rook c8. On g4. Aswath intends to play. On takes f5. On takes f5. Bishop d2 and gain a significant edge. Bishop d7 played by Tin. Knight takes d7. Queen takes d7. On h3. Knight a5. Queen d3. Rook fd8 it is novelty move. On b3. Knight c6. Tin is preparing to play. On e5. Bishop b2. On takes d4. On takes d4. Knight e8. On f4. Bishop takes d4 check and establish a winning position. Bishop b2 played by Aswath. On h5. Queen d2. Bishop h6. Queen e2. Knight b4. On a3. Threatening pawn takes b4. Knight c6 played by Tin. On b4. Knight b8. Rook ac1. On takes g4. On takes g4. Bishop g7. On f4. On e6. Bishop f3. Queen e7. Knight a4. On b6. Rook c2. Knight e8. Rook fc1. Aswath's idea is to play. Rook takes c8. Rook takes c8. Rook takes c8 and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook takes c2 played by Tin. Rook takes c2. Knight d6. Bishop c1. Knight c4. Rook c3. Rook c8. On b5. Queen d7. Knight b2. Threatening knight takes c4. Knight takes a3 played by Tin. Rook takes a3. Rook takes c1 check. King g2. Queen c7. Tin wants to play. Rook c2. Knight d3. Bishop f8 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook d3 played by Aswath. Bishop f8. Tin considers playing. Bishop b4. Rook b3. Rook c2. Rook takes b4. Queen c3. Queen takes c2. Queen takes c2 check and take decisive advantage. Rook d1 played by Aswath. Rook c3. Knight d3. Knight d7. Tin's idea is to play Queen c4. On f5. Bishop d6. Rook d2. Queen takes b5. On takes g6. On takes g6. On e4. On takes e4, and increase their advantage significantly. Rook d2 played by Aswath. Queen c4. Threatening queen takes b5. On f5 played by Aswath. Bishop h6. Threatening queen takes b5. On takes e6 played by Aswath. On takes e6. Knight f4. Queen takes e2 check. Rook takes e2. King f7. Tin is preparing to play. Bishop takes f4. On takes f4. Rook d3. On f5. On takes f5. On takes f5. Rook takes d4. On takes g6 check. King takes g6 and dominate the board. King f2 played by Aswath. Rook b3. Threatening rook takes b5. Rook a2 played by Aswath. Bishop takes f4. On takes f4. Rook takes b5. Rook takes a7. King e7. Bishop d1. Rook a5. Think carefully what is the best move for Aswath. Rook c7 is logical continuation as Rook a2 check. Bishop e2. King d6. Rook c3. Rook b2. King e3 position is equal shifting to the main game. Threatening rook takes d7 check. Rook a5 played by Tin. Tin might go for Rook takes a7. On g5. Rook a2 check. King g3. On b5. King g4. Knight b8. Bishop a4 and gain a significant edge. Rook b7 could cost the game. Played by Aswath. King d6. King g3. King c6. Threatening king takes b7. Rook takes d7 played by Aswath. King takes d7. King h4. On b5. King g5. Rook a2. King takes g6. Rook d2. Threatening rook takes d1. Bishop f3 played by Aswath. Rook f2. Threatening rook takes f3. Bishop d1 played by Aswath. Rook takes f4. On g5. King e7. King h6. Rook takes d4. A tough loss for Aswath, who resigned under pressure.